the headline that we posted from the AP. We stuck with AP for 4 days of coverage, and they have a wrap up with Harris summons Americans to reject political division, warns of consequences posed by Donald Trump's win. So Vice President Kamala Harris, her official job right now, is now officially taking on the role of the nominee of the Democratic committee. She's going to be running for president on that side. Happened last night with her big full speech in Chicago. Lasted about 37 minutes, and it was right on time. She gave out a copy. You'd always give a copy of the speech beforehand so they can kind of start digging through it and they can start working the press some pieces of it. And she basically hit her time hack perfectly. She stayed on message and was a great speech. Pretty much everyone decided it was a great speech. People who were Republicans said, hey, she's gotten better behind the podium, a great delivery of the speech. No problems with that one. People who were Democrats were all agag about being inspired about the words she said, talking about her personal stories, talking about how she's going to do things, given some policy issues in this briefing, and not doing very much in the way of bashing Trump. Trump bashing happened all week long with various other people, including a lot of crowd-sized jokes, which were actual, other type jokes. But she did make the point by saying that Donald Trump is dangerous, but we don't have to go there. And he's a silly man. He's a not serious man, but we don't have to go there. And that's where the danger comes from. Now, a couple things that shows Donald Trump may be silly and or dangerous. He actually sent out about 50 or so different messages on social media about the speech, essentially wanting to remind folks that he was there and that people were talking about him because that's what it was all about. He also said, literally in words, in a phone call to Fox, then a phone call to Newsmax, then another phone call to Fox, where it seemed like they're like, okay, Mr. President, we're kind of doing a show here. We got to let you go. Aaron grievances about the speech, saying she didn't talk about this. And in 37 minutes, remember, Trump talked for up 90 minutes, did 20 minutes on, the love of unity and life and what happened in shooting. And then 60 minutes or so of just everything sucks. You should vote for me because everything sucks. Kamala Harris gave something that was a bit more promising, a bit more up, and the message of hope continues, which is essentially what they're fighting against. Donald Trump wants to take things back to where they were because they're perceived as better. Kamala Harris, and before that, Joe Biden, want to keep going forward and sort of actually make things better and work on things in the process of going forward. We'll see how things play out. We are less than 80 days, 75 or some. They keep throwing the numbers out there, about 75 days until the actual election. Early voting begins in a few days, essentially. The next debate is going to be on September the 10th. A few days after that, some states do early voting. We are in the window. It's about to happen. We're going to have not the election that we thought we're going to get, an election that is, by all means, insanely not what we thought we're going to get, just not what we were expecting. But we'll see what happens with the turnout at the end of October, beginning of November, and come January, who gets sworn in as 47.